All right, welcome to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhaus, and today is October 18th, 2021. Hey, listen, if you've been watching this show for a while, I've been telling you to share the show. Hit the share button on your screen right now so we can get other people to watch it as well. Hit the like button so I know you like it, man. Let me know you like the show. You can also comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday night by going to investorschooling.com. You will learn about real estate investing, you'll learn about stock options trading, you'll pretty much learn about anything that has to do with money, and you'll learn it from those who are doing it every day. So on today's show, we're going to be discussing, of course, the market update and how well it did. We're going to be talking about the Facebook metaverse. Oh boy. We're going to be talking about Apple's new laptops, Bitcoin ETF launches, Macy's stock popping, Zillow is an interesting topic today, Disney's downgrade, and of course we're going to go into the wrap-up and talk a little bit more about what's going on in the market all around. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about the Dow and S&P. So today, really, as far as the Dow goes, nothing really happened too much. I mean, the Dow only went down about 36 points at the close. It was down a lot lower than that earlier, but at the close it wasn't bad. The S&P actually rose 15 points, and the Nasdaq 124 points. Now that's interesting. And I want to let you know that there's been some notable stock movements that caught my attention. First of all, Facebook moved up about 10 points. And look, if you've been listening to this show and watching this show for the past 2 weeks, you would have known that I had picked this as a great play. Pinterest was also a mover today, moving up about 2 points. And look, by the way, another pick that I mentioned last week, a play that I said was Oxy. And it moved up as well, over 4.5% today. If you watch this show, you're going to get some great tips. I'm telling you now, you want to watch the show. We're on every day at 4:03, and all you have to do is be ready to have it start, and it'll start right up. Or get yourself notified by Facebook. And it's a great show. So again, if you're watching the show, share it. Let other people know how good it is. Let's talk a little bit about the Facebook metaverse. Neo, can you help us? You're out there in the Matrix? Can you stop the giant machines? Hey, if you're a fan of the Matrix series and what it was telling us about the future where everyone is just, well, as it described it, a battery that uses your energy to run the world of machines, you'll certainly start to get nervous about Facebook's next venture. Yeah, they're calling it the metaverse, or the Matrix if you ask me. According to the dictionary, the metaverse is a virtual reality space in which users can interact with a computer-generated environment and other users. Honestly, this sounds like fun, and they could bring some people some awesome gaming to this platform, but with the reality of addiction to phones as it is now, this is just another scary future scenario for an escape from reality. Anyway, Facebook is hiring already 10,000 workers to work on this project. Holy crap, that's a lot of people. I'm guessing that the metaverse news is probably part of what made the stock pop today, and I can't lie though, I'm actually looking forward to this, and I'm also looking forward to someone finding out that Soylent Green is people, for those of you who get that joke. All right, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about Apple's news and Apple new laptops. So Apple unveiled this new computer line today, and there have been several important changes that are mentioned in today's launch. Apple, who's been using their own chips for a few years now, unveiled the new M1 Pro chip, and we are not using it yet. That's supposed to be 70% faster than its predecessor. Apple also introduced AirPods that will support spatial audio and have more bass than their predecessor. That's great. I like it. Will I be able to hear it if I'm driving down the street? Will it be able to, make car alarms go off? I don't know. Probably not. All right. So it also has some new smart speakers for your home, and they'll be in the stores next week. And all this proves that, Apple probably isn't having much of a supply chain issue that the experts thought would be a problem. Bottom line, Apple is now a great stock going into earnings next week. I like this play, and I would hold some options. I actually have some options expiring in November. I think it's going to be a good one. I think you guys should ride along on this one as well. I think you'll like it as well. All right, let's get into Bitcoin ETFs. So the first Bitcoin-linked exchange-traded fund will make its debut officially tomorrow. The much-anticipated ETF from ProShares, which will track the Bitcoin's future market, will begin trading Tuesday in the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker BITO. So you guys want to get into this. BITO, you definitely want to get into this. The company has confirmed that this is going on tomorrow. So it's going to be an exciting play. I definitely consider this fun to watch. Look, I'll tell you right now, the volatility may give someone a heart attack because you've seen Bitcoin go crazy. But the Bitcoin climbed more than 2% today to around 62,000, according to Coinmetrics. Many investors are watching to see if Bitcoin will jump above the 64,800 this week to reach an all-new high. I probably believe it's probably going to happen, and it's even likely that it could happen tomorrow. So watch for it tomorrow, and we'll see if Bitcoin hits 65,000 tomorrow. I think it's likely. I'm also liking the fact that it's going to help some of the other ones ride too. SEC regulators were hesitant to allow a Bitcoin ETF because of fear that there's no regulation in Bitcoin and the ease of manipulation. But not to worry, though, the SEC, who has no skin in the game, now says it's perfectly fine and will allow one company, ProShares, to open up one ETF. Oy. Anyway, I've been looking for a way to put cryptocurrency in my IRA, and this may be the very well way to do it. So if you notice that you have not been allowed to put crypto in your IRA, even in a self-directed IRA, if you have this ETF, you probably will be able to do it. That'll be pretty nice. And look, you know, you got to be a little careful with this, because if you remember, my biggest losses this year were from a gold ETF, and it actually clobbered me. So I'd be careful with this as a ETF as well. All right, let's get into Macy's. So who would have thought ever that Macy's would be the sole survivor of what I used to think was the top three brands, Macy's, JCPenney, and Sears. You guys remember Sears? They were the Amazon of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They used to have the Sears catalog and one of the biggest mail order businesses in the world. Boy, did they miss the boat. They could have actually become Amazon if they would have waited 10 more years and not shut it down. It's amazing, right? I watched Sears, and now I watched Sears close, now I'm watching JCPenney also failing. But surprise, surprise, Macy's, who I would have thought was going the same way as their competitors, is actually kicking ass. Macy's is up 3.5 points. Actually, I think it was up 4.5 points the last time I looked today, and it's at a 52-week high. And I could easily see Macy's moving towards a normal of 30 to 35%. I'm sorry, 30 to 35 points, with momentum and excitement about their online booming business. So they're actually having an online booming business. I didn't know that, but I think it's pretty cool. Also, eventually people will want to shop in stores again. I'm also thinking it's going to be a different experience than the past. And look, if you and I can work on this new system that can let people shop in the future, hey, maybe we could use the metaverse. And that will make it easier. I don't know, anyway. But if we can figure it out, we can be rich and famous. Let me know your ideas on this, and we'll make it happen. All right, let's take a quick break, and we will come back in just a few.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhaus, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhaus, and so far we have been discussing the market update. The Dow is down 36 points. The S&P is up 15 points. The NASDAQ, again, is up 125 points. So it's been a pretty good day. We also talked a little bit about the Facebook metaverse, and I compared it to the Matrix. Yeah. We also talked about Apple's new laptops, or Apple's new things, everything they have. We talked about Bitcoin's ETF and Macy's stock popping. And let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen next. Let's talk about Zillow. So Zillow is an interesting story. So a while back, Zillow tried to get into the home flipping business, and basically they would make offers on houses that were listed or going to be listed on Zillow's for sale by owner website. I'm not quite sure how they thought this was going to be a good idea, but a large company trying to control a large group of employees or contractors in a business like this, well, they tried. I mean, I got to be honest with you, I don't know how they could have ever done it, but it failed miserably. Zillow has actually dropped the practice from their website and will continue to try to take over instead will continue to try to take over real estate agents' jobs as their next business model. Who remembers 2006 to 2008 when many low-priced and sell-yourself brokers popped up and claimed you could sell it yourself with our inferior agents for less commissions? This is what's happening now as the housing market heated up in the pace it did in those years. So Zillow tried to become the largest home flipping company, and now it's realizing it's time to stop this foolishness. That's sort of good news to my fellow real estate investors. It's going to be great because we won't be competing with them. Here's another reason why it's great. We can use this also to discredit Zillow even more. I used to think that Zillow prices were ridiculous, and I used to laugh at them and how inaccurate they were, but now we can use this as more proof that Zillow doesn't have a clue. Almost as bad as President Biden, who has no clue on how to run a country, or raise kids, or think, etc. Let's go, Brandon. Okay, I know I was talking about Zillow, but I just couldn't resist. I had to put it in there. All right, let's go. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Disney and Disney's downgrade. So today, Barclays downgraded Disney stock on fears that Disney's streaming business has hit a slow point in growth. Honestly, if the analysts of Barclays are downgrading the company on this, they clearly don't know what Disney Corporation is all about. The streaming service is just an add-on to their company and the entertainment they provide. Movies, parks, television stations, and so much more. Disney already owns most of the media out there, and I would say that the Disney downgrade is actually a buying opportunity, and I tell you what, if it falls below 165, it's a great manipulation move by Barclays. I would jump all over it at 165, so if I was you, I would get into it at 165. It's a good play. All right. Let's take another break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll tell you more about whatever.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhaus, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhaus, and so far we've been talking about the market update. We've been talking about how the market's up. So the Dow is actually down 36 points. The S&P is up 15 points. The Nasdaq, however, is up 125 points. That's pretty impressive. Usually we've been seeing the Nasdaq plummeting a little bit, and that's pretty good that it's actually up. We've also been talking about the Facebook metaverse. Now, this is interesting because the Facebook metaverse, I actually compared it. I sat there and compared it to the Matrix, where you're going to be able to have 3D glasses, and you're going to be in a room with everyone else in the metaverse. It's kind of frightening, but also sounds pretty cool. We also talked about Apple's new new things. They have new iPads and new chips and everything that's going on in Apple land. That's actually pretty good. That came out today, and I actually think Apple is a good play. We also talked about the Bitcoin ETF launching, which I think will also be a great thing. If actually, I would look at it tomorrow. BITO is the symbol for it, so I would look at it tomorrow. We also talked about Macy's stock popping, which, strangely enough, Macy's is the sole survivor of the Macy's, JCPenney's, and Sears, I don't know, competition, really. I would also say, we also looked at Zillow, where Zillow is stopping their home flipping business because they can't hire enough people to do it. I can't hire one person to do it. I can't imagine these guys hiring 30,000 people to do it. We talked about Disney's downgrade and how Barkley downgraded Disney, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, and I think it's a great play. Let's talk a little bit about some other great plays. So first of all, let's go earnings season. We've been kicking ass in earnings season this quarter, and I think it's going to be a big plus for us if we play the right plays. So let me tell you what I think is going to come up. So first of all, earnings this week are going to be Tesla, J&J, and Netflix reporting tomorrow. Now look, these are big companies, so there's going to be some interesting movements tomorrow. I don't know, I can't remember which one's reporting in the morning, which one's reporting at night, but either way, there's going to be some good plays tomorrow. Usually J&J reports in the morning, and I think Netflix usually reports at night. So and I'm saying with Tesla. So this should be really interesting tomorrow watching these plays. Of course, crypto has the ETFs driving the price up, and I would expect Bitcoin to break records this week as it heads for it as I speak. I'm telling you right now, 65,000 is probably going to happen. My favorite move today was Facebook that popped 10 points. And look, it's possible that it popped 10 points on the metaverse stuff, but I think Facebook was just beaten down unfairly by the Wall Street Journal 2 weeks ago, and now people are going, okay, it's coming into earnings, let's grab some and make some money. Also, Apple was up, and look, Apple was up like 2 points today almost, and that's also a great play. So I'm going with Facebook, I'm going Apple. Here is Boeing is looking like a play to me, and I'll be honest with you, I missed it again. I got distracted. I was going to jump on it when it went below 215. And if it goes below 215 again, I still think it's a great play. The only problem is the options are a bit expensive, because we're going to have to go into March in this play because we're too close. And here you go. Just like I just said, I hesitated on Coinbase, and now I wish I didn't. Coinbase is hovering below 300 again, and my buy was 225. And it hit 225 sometime last week. I really wish I would have known or I would have had just a minute to speak about it or to think about it. I probably would have bought some Coinbase, even though the options were pretty expensive. I probably would have doubled my money today on that. That's how great of a play it would have been. As I've said before, we need to watch crypto this week. It's going to be an interesting play into the next few days as the Bitcoin ETF is launched tomorrow. And as I've said also, listen, keep watching this show. You're going to get great tips and you're going to get great plays. Let me know if you've made any money from some of the tips discussed on this show. I'd be interested to know. I want to know how if you guys are a fan. And don't forget to share and like it. Of course, I want to thank you once again for watching Money Chat now. Come on, did you share it yet? Share this gold. Hit that like button, let me know you're enjoying the show, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Of course, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show, and the opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now, and we look forward to your continued support. We will see you tomorrow at 4:03.